Everybody, welcome to Press Pause, the video game discussion show. I'm your host, Carlos Rodella. One of them, also with me, is always Dan Shu, or Shu, or Bitmob Shu. I want to make a big deal of it each time.
All right, that's fine.
And he also from bitmob.com. You should go there. And Mr. Brad Muir.
Muir, yeah.
Okay.
Muir, like
Double
the woods.
fine.
Like the woods.
Like the woods.
Muir Woods.
Okay. And he has a Burger King watch on, which is pretty cool.
Yep, that's Darth Vader.
And you worked on Trenched, which I heard is a
I
pretty
did.
good
I was
game.
project lead on Trench. That's sort of like my baby. It's my child.
We gave it a get it.
I saw the get it.
Yep.
Thanks for the get it.
You're welcome.
I hope people get it.
Get it. Nice segue. And before we get started, let's do top of the show. Graphics. Before we get started, I want to do a couple house cleaning. One, we might do the show every 2 weeks coming soon. So let us know if you like that or don't like that. You're probably going to be like, no, don't.
Yeah, I want it every week, Carlos. Come on.
Every day. Why are we talking like that? Our audience does not talk like that. That's mean.
That's just how the internet
You're coercing
sounds.
me.
That's how the internet sounds in my head when I read
that's
it.
true.
Yeah.
What were you going to say?
Sorry.
I was going to say, you're going to tell them why we might want to, like, what did they get out of it?
They get a more packed show. Awesomer show.
Is it more than two times the girth?
It'd
or
be,
length?
awkward. It'd be better, and let's just leave it at that. You let us know, yes or no, yay or nay. Also, we're doing this UFC challenge. You might have heard of it. I just told you we're doing this. It's a UFC trainer game.
That sounds crazy.
UFC personal trainer.
Right.
Yeah, we're competing to lose weight. I'm not going to win.
Really?
I can't stop eating poorly.
Oh, right. I know. We said that shouldn't matter, though, right? It's really about what the game's going to do for us.
Yeah, but you were going to try to eat a little bit more healthy.
A little bit,
but
yeah.
I'm like, last night I'm like eating these Chinese steamed black bean buns at midnight, and you shouldn't eat that late
At
night.
midnight.
That's
Nice.
I'm like, yummy.
You're like, you gotta go back on the UFC trainer. Well, my spoiler from like my alert, whatever, what's going on with me? Sore, pain. In places, I'm like,
That's what happens when you move around.
yeah, and then work.
I get that too.
Yeah,
I get that too.
Well, then
I
you
think
actually
that happens
sweat.
to a lot of people.
Being
Yeah,
serious
yeah.
though, like sweating at a workout, that's like a new thing for me. I'm being totally full disclosure. Okay, top of the show's over. We'll let you know what happens. I think it's doing something to me. I'm hurt right now, right up in this region.
I hope I get into a fight
That's
in
your
real
core.
life because like I'm
my core, good.
That's your core, Carlos. See, I know that.
look at your abs.
Yeah, thanks. Let's do the show. And let's start with, we're going to do one game that we've been playing finally from our list of shame, or list of there's not enough hours in the day to play this game. What is yours, Dan?
So I'm embarrassed to say this. People are going to give me so much crap. Mass Effect 2,
Okay.
because that's
Hey, let him-
No, that's mine too as well.
Oh, really?
Yes, I'm not even kidding. I'm not
weird.
even kidding.
Okay, good. I'm in good company.
Yeah,
Because
yeah.
Okay.
If you ever tell people this and then they're like, "What? You
Yeah,
haven't
that
played
game's
it
so
yet?"
good. Whoa.
And like their heads explode, and it's like, yeah. So it's that I'm like slowly trying to get back to it, and
What do you think? I mean, like versus the hype that it had, obviously.
yeah.
Do you
Well,
think
okay.
it matches it?
So I'm pretty early. I just started it not that long ago, and I have other pile of shame games I'm working on, like Just Cause 2 and Valkyria
that's so
Chronicles.
fun.
The problem is, now looking at it compared to LA Noire, like the acting, I used to, like Mass Effect 1 when I played
Oh,
it,
right.
like the acting is so good, like the alien faces and the talking, the dialogue. I loved watching people talk, and that was like a really rich part of the universe. Now Mass Effect 2, I think if I played it back in the day, I would have been fine. Now it looks really wooden.
Yeah, because of that
Because
facial-
of LA Noire.
Yeah.
Yeah, LA Noire looks so real that now it looks very robotic and wooden, and it's kind of distracting me a little
Right.
bit.
But the gameplay itself is better with the shooting
Yeah, I
and
love
stuff like
exploring
that.
the world, sci-fi stuff.
That was the big thing for me. Like you talk about like the hype of the game coming out. And stuff.
Yeah.
Because like I was sort of like I'm more of a mechanics guy. Like I mean I think it's pretty obvious. Like see Trench, it's like more about core mechanics than it is about like the story and the narrative and stuff. So I kind of got talked into playing Mass Effect 1 when it came out. And I just mechanically, I think that game's got a lot of problems, like the inventory management and like the
Yeah,
shooting's
it's clunky.
Oh, the
Yeah.
inventory
great,
is
like-
the worst.
So I mean, there were a lot of problems mechanically. The story's really great, but I made it about 80% through and I put it down.
Wait, so you didn't finish it, right?
No.
Then I don't feel so bad because I did the same thing.
But then, so the second one came out. There's all this hype about it. Like everybody's talking about how the mechanics are better, and I'm like, I just didn't really buy into it. I was like, oh, it's probably the same thing because it's like we got some like real Bioware like fanboys that just like eat up everything Bioware makes, and I
Yeah.
like Mass Effect 2 or the first one like. I thought it was pretty good, but I was like, I was not sold. But then people talked me into going like checking it out, and so I finished out the first one, sort of slogged through the ending,
Okay.
and I immediately went into 2. And like, man, it's like night and day when you play those things back to back. Like, just just overall visuals, like it just looks so much better. But mechanically, like it's a pretty competent like cover-based shooter just on its own. I mean, and then all the story stuff is improved as well. And that stuff was pretty good in the first one.
Yeah, when I played the second one, I noticed that the shooting mechanic basically became more fun.
It's just a much better experience. So like,
and you're like a Halo Gears of War player.
Yeah, like I love shooters, and I think that was something that bummed me out about the first one is that that you're constantly had to like pause things, and some of it was just like.
I think the first one didn't know what it was. You know what I mean? I feel like it was kind of in between RPG, long story, sci-fi, shooter. It was just kind of confused, and it was also a little clunky with the inventory stuff. That's why I never finished it. That's my shame that I really finished, and I still haven't finished it
because it just got like Mass Effect 2.
Mass Effect 1. I'm saying I never finished 1. Oh. Yeah.
I was kind of glad that I went back and finished the first one though, because they carry over your character, and they import a lot of really cool, like the moral choices and some like really crazy stuff. I don't want to like throw out spoilers. Although isn't statute of limitations up on Mass Effect 2 at this point? Is anybody really gonna go back? You should.
Yeah.
You should, but not like
it's all right. As soon as we said we haven't played Mass Effect 2, you haven't played 1. Half the audience shut up.
They're already gone. Actually, they all left the chat room.
No one's watching.
By the way, just someone in the chat room said they have a little insider information that you're terrible at shooters.
Oh, really?
It might be your brother, but I'm just saying.
I'm not the best. Actually,
and someone else said they got bored with Mass Effect, so I don't feel as bad. Mass Effect 1. Let's do a break, and when we come back, we're going to talk about downloadable games that we like. Welcome back to the show. Now we're going to talk about downloadable games for consoles that we like. Top 3, because everybody does top 3. And we decided to pick consoles because if you do downloadable, Steam, PC, Mac, it's just
that
lots.
Doesn't count. Too many games.
Too many games. So we're going to do PSN, WiiWare, with a joke, the little laughter there, and XBLA. Who wants to start? I think I'm.
I'll go.
You're hyper over there. I can see you bubbling.
I'm excited about it. Geometry Wars. My first one.
That's a good
one.
1 and 2. I'm gonna put them together. That's my number 1. I think it's awesome. Like everybody likes it.
That's a good reason.
But I think it more for me. It's like I feel like it ushered in the downloadable kind of thing. Like downloadable games as like a genre or like a group or whatever. It's like 360 comes out and it was available at launch and it was like only $5 and pretty much everybody who got a 360 wanted to check it out because it was there was something more. I don't know, like more hardcore, more interesting than I think Hex 2 at launch or whatever. It's like it was. They were actually putting like a real quality game for a low price, and you just had to put in your credit card number and buy some space points and then check it out. And it was like, I thought it was really sort of cool, like. It's a touchstone. I hate that word, but that's for some reason the only one I come up with. Yeah, it's pretty terrible,
very
right?
Corporate-y.
But it's it's like that it's like the game that sort of marks a turning point where you're like, oh, like this is gonna open the floodgates for developers to make smaller games and get them directly to players and sort of like end around GameStop, I guess.
Yeah,
sort of cool.
Ooh, reach around
stuff. You know what that game? What that game did for me and my group of friends. This is back when I was at EGM, and what it kind of did was softened the blow of arcades dying because it had a leaderboard, and then you ended up competing with your friends, and that's when you first realized, oh, this Xbox Live friends list leaderboard thing could be kind of cool.
Yeah,
because you're like now
definitely.
you're comparing your score to all your buddies. So I thought
Yeah.
that was really cool.
It's awesome. Number 2, the Lara Croft game. I don't know if
Oh
you guys
yeah,
played
it's
that.
a good one. Guardians
it's a
of
really
Light.
good one.
That's amazing.
It's on my list. I have like
played
a
through that with my
huge
brother,
list. Yeah.
like local co-op when he was visiting, and it's just awesome. It's
Yeah.
like a really good mashup of like what makes Diablo awesome and what makes Tomb Raider awesome. It's like they just kind of, just blended those two things together, and
Yeah.
I think they made something really awesome.
Yep.
Didn't you tell me your brother's not that good at it?
Oh, we're doing brother
excellent at
feud
games.
here.
My brother's excellent at games. He's usually the guy that's carrying me through the Halo matches and
All
stuff
right,
like
okay.
that.
That game is better co-op though.
It
than
is.
single player.
I did not play it by myself. I only
Yeah,
played it co-op,
me too.
and it was awesome. Like I think, and that one I feel like it's maybe a little underappreciated. I'm not sure like how many people check that out. It does have like a major license attached to it. Maybe that's why people are like, what? Because it's so different from a normal Tomb Raider game.
It's because
Yeah.
that license was down at the time. Like
Yeah,
no
that
one,
might
no one
have
liked
something
Lara
to do
Croft
with it.
back then.
That
So
might have
Yeah,
something
yeah,
to do
yeah.
with it.
Now she's rebirthed.
Yeah, and I hope that's good. It
It's
looks
sexier.
I think that's sort of weird how it's like that franchise. It's sort of like Nathan Drake comes along and it's sort of like a better Tomb Raider.
Yeah, yeah.
And now it looks like the new Tomb Raider is like borrowing from Uncharted again.
Oh,
like
it's
this
it's
weird, like,
Uncharted
what
with
the-
a girl.
What the hell
yeah.
is going
yeah,
on?
yeah.
It's
Well, I think
incredible.
what's good about that game is it's a loot game. It's a puzzle game. It's a top-down Diablo style game, and it was a good game. And it didn't matter if it was Lara Croft.
Yeah.
Like, it could have been Joe
anything.
Schmo
Yeah,
and
for
his
sure.
buddy, the Aztec Indian, whatever the other.
It
guy
is a little bit weird when the Aztec Indian has like an M16 and you're like,
Yeah, you're
that's-
like,
that's-
okay.
That's kind of a little
Yeah.
weird, but
I think he would have just shot himself in the foot first thing.
Nice. People like,
Like,
what
what's
is this
this?
gun?
Ah!
yeah. So that game's not realistic enough for you. Is that what you're saying? Drew?
Nice. Semantics. I want to call you Semantics. It's your new middle name now.
So
What's your number 3?
My number
Trace?
3 is Clash of Heroes.
Oh,
guys
a
have
newer
played
one.
that. Clash
yeah,
of
yeah,
Heroes.
yeah. It's the puzzle. Like
So it's like Might
Heroes of
and
Might
Magic.
Magic, yeah.
So it's like Might and Magic license title, which is like what? Like why is it a license? Another one where it's
well,
like,
because
what?
Heroes of Might and Magic was a really huge strategy game.
back in the day.
back in the
It was
day.
a fantastic
Yeah, it's
strategy.
awesome.
This is
series.
one of my
It's
favorite
awesome.
games of all
Me
time.
too.
But
Yeah.
it's like
Yeah.
I feel like it hasn't been super relevant lately.
Oh,
and
yeah.
So I thought that was just kind of interesting that it like the Cappy guys got a hold of that license
Yeah.
through Ubi or something, and they were like, oh, and it came out on the DS.
Is this the puzzle game with
Yeah.
the archers
Yeah.
and all that? Okay.
So it's just incredible. Like I had been kind of avoiding it when it came out, but I like played the demo, and it's just awesome. It doesn't feel like I was kind of expecting something more like Puzzle Quest, where it's like, okay, take an existing puzzle game like Bejeweled and like throw some RPG stuff on top of it. They like just made a new puzzle game. It's just a really great game, and I played a ton of that thing.
So that's all
Awesome.
Xbox, wasn't it? Was that all?
Yeah,
Xbox?
yeah, that's all XBLA.
Okay.
And then big shout out to Monday Night Combat because
Oh,
it's
right.
awesome. That's my number 4.
Yeah, I know. I have like number 4, 5, and 6 if I need them.
Me
but
too.
It's,
I'm
I just
cheating.
really
Tough.
like that game. I'm like a big fan. Like Trench is very like genre blending, and that I don't know if you guys played Monday Night Combat, but it's like
Yeah, for a
it's
little
like
while.
Team Fortress 2 kind of combined with like Dota.
Yep.
Dota mechanics, it's like they have that mixed in there. So I think that's really awesome. And it's cool,
Cool.
that they, really high quality like PvP shooter, but in the downloadable space. And I think that's like well worth the 15 bones. And those guys at Uber are awesome.
right, and
So-
how much were those? They were all like 15, right? Most of those.
I think so, yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Actually, well, Geometry Wars was
Right.
like $5 when it came out, but.
All right, do you want me to go next or Shu next?
That's up to you.
Oh, also,
Oh, also another one. Just kidding.
Trench, Costume Quest, and Step.
Wah, wah.
I had to throw
Full
that.
disclosure, we'll put a big double fine. I'll put it through double
Yeah,
fine
yeah.
over top. So I'll go next, and man, my list is long, and it is mainly XBLA. But I'll start with Braid because are you kidding me? Braid changed the way I thought about like puzzle games because he mixed the idea of platformer with puzzle game. He did this brilliant artwork alongside it, and it's just really interesting. Everybody's talked about Braid. You already know about it by now. But if you
awesome.
don't, essentially, the brillianceness of the game is marrying the story with the game and kind of having them also be separate at the same time. You can kind of read through the story, and that's kind of its own little thing. And it kind of talks about what you're doing in the gameplay, but it doesn't have to fully. And then the ending of the game, which I'm not going to spoil it, is just brilliant.
Yeah, and that's like, I know some people that played Braid and they maybe only played through the first 2 worlds or whatever, and they're like, yeah, it's okay.
Yeah,
but
you
it's
gotta
like,
get that full
that's a game you got to play it all the way to the end. And
It's
see the
Jonathan
ending
Blow.
to really appreciate
Yep.
like like what it's about and how everything ties together.
Right.
Because
And-
it's like it is sort of just standard like oh, I'm just going through. There's like cool time mechanics. It's a really like thoughtful kind of platformer, puzzly kind of thing. But the end is like pretty mind blowing. Like the last level, you're just like
it's
what?
mind blowing. And it's mind blowing on a story level as well as a gameplay level. That's why Braid has to be in there.
Plus, it was very successful, like monetarily.
It did very
that's
well,
Kind of what
obviously.
you're talking about. Like,
Yeah, it kinda
opening
opened
up
the door.
to, like more like higher quality indie game development.
Yeah.
I think it
it's like,
really
hey,
was
we can
sort
make
of like the
money,
first
so come on in here and make money. The second one is going to be Penny Arcade Adventures. For the reason, do you guys play those? Remember
I
them?
only played the demo in the first one.
The Rain Slick Press.
Yeah.
I'm friends with the guys. That's full disclosure. But at the same time, it just got me back into the idea of the adventure games. You know, because like Monkey Island, did kind of. You could have that as your option for this answer as well. But for me, I love that the comedy there and in the writing. So I just wanted to play just to hear the writing because I like the comic strip. If you don't know, you should go to penny-arcade.com. Very funny comics, and so to be able to be in that world with them and control them and have like this kind of RPG mechanic, it was not the best playing game in the world.
Yeah,
but
it was like playing it. It was just sort of like mechanically, it wasn't grabbing.
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
I like those dudes are awesome.
The dudes are awesome. The story is awesome. It just got me into that idea of like, hey, I could play an adventure game kind of again because it's an adventure with the RPG there. I think RPG is almost kind of like peppered
It
on
did
top.
feel kind of like secondary to the
Yeah,
experience.
it's more like you're like, hey, what's that guy peeing in that can for? That's hilarious. So, by the way, that happens in the game. And the last one, geez, how do I pick the last one?
Trench down to big trench.
I'm not going to pick Trench. It's a very good game. I'm actually going to look. This is just madness.
What's happening? Are people just spewing it out?
No, I'm saying I'm not going to chat room right now.
He has his little word
I have my
document
my
open.
Word
my
document.
God.
I'm gonna go Outland. I'm over. No, Costume Quest. Costume Quest.
Costume Quest, very
Okay.
appropriate.
This was influenced
It wasn't
by your
influencing me.
guest.
No, not at all. Outland is brilliant, but why? I'm going to pick Costume Quest as my number 3 is because it was during a time period. It's the first time I enjoyed a game during the time period that it was at. It was Halloween. It came out at Halloween, and the game was about Halloween. I know it's simple, but that was awesome. Like I just felt that that theme, that feeling, and then later on you guys did the Christmas one. It wasn't the same for me, but like the idea of this kind of Halloween, I'm going collecting candy, and it's an RPG, and it felt really fluid and stuff.
Yeah,
I really enjoyed that game.
Did you like Earthbound?
Oh, of course.
Yeah, because like
Yeah.
Tasha was really inspired by Earthbound
that
for
makes
like
sense.
sort of like the the overall like gameplay and the structure and the fact that like you're kind of in the real world.
Real world.
But,
We
you
talked
know,
about
it's
that
like-
on the show. Yeah, I
was
love
one of
that
her,
real
like,
world.
That's probably her prime like gameplay influence for that game. Was,
Yeah,
it
yeah.
was Earthbound.
So for me, yeah, the idea of having a theme, kind of with the time period that's actually at, that's really interesting. That hasn't really happened again. I mean, every once in a while, like a Christmas game will come out, I guess, but not really. So, plus, of course, it's just
It's usually
fun
like
game.
the lobby of something is like Christmas
Right,
themed
right,
or
yeah.
something like that for
But
that day for some online game.
special special award for Shadow Complex, even though we mentioned it's being the obvious one at the times. It's just really, really fun, and I just had a really great time with it. Shadow Complex, and also Stacking Castle Crashers and Cave Story. Sorry, I had to stick them all. Do you have the other ones at the end?
I try to trim.
Stacking is really good. Cave Story is really good. We wear.
It's hard to pick just 3.
I know.
Yeah.
But notice most of ours are XBLA.
Yeah.
They do a really good job.
Sony.
Here's one of the
Looking at
problems.
you.
One of the biggest problems with the way Sony does it: no demos, no required demos for every downloaded
Right.
game. So I think because of that alone, I think you're just gonna people don't get exposed.
Hands
to them.
down, I agree with you.
Yeah,
Hands down, I agree with
Microsoft
you.
makes a big deal of the.
I try
we work
everything.
directly with them for Trench, and they make a big deal out of like upsell and conversion rates and things like
Yeah.
that. Like it's the like trial is like super important to that.
And it's
space, I
so
think.
easy to convert that free trial to the full version,
Yeah.
right? It's like click, oh, you're done. You're
Yep.
ready to go. Just
Yep.
continue. So
Yeah, I think that's a great.
I think it's a
model.
huge difference there.
The chat room is mentioning Trash Panic, Wipeout.
Wait, they might spoil some of mine.
Oh, they must spoil yours. Well,
Trash
biggest
Panic, I
downloadable
never played
disappointment.
Trash
Biggest.
Trash Panic.
I don't know.
The
Oh, that one
puzzle
with
game?
the stretchy arms. That wasn't a.
No,
that
that's
wasn't a
Stretch Panic.
downloadable.
That's Stretch Panic.
I think
Trash Panic is the one. I think it's like a
You're-
physics-based puzzle game where you're stuffing. This,
Oh,
trash
yeah,
can
that's
full of trash.
weird.
I hate
I've
that
never
game.
played that.
No, I don't
You
like
get
that.
all. It's like literally personally offended. You're like, oh yeah, that's weird.
I've never played.
I don't want to talk about that game
Whoa.
anymore. They said biggest downloadable disappointment, Katamari. I got to agree with that.
Oh, I never.
Right? They
I
did.
did- I did play the
Was it
downloadable.
PSN? Right, Scott Jones? He doesn't know. What's your other ones that you had though?
All right, my non-top 3, right outside the top 3, Super Stardust HD.
Okay.
Did you guys play it?
No, I did not. I heard it was very good twin stick.
Yeah, I can't play the trial.
Oh, this is way better than Geometry Wars.
Okay.
Excellent.
Whoa, that's a
bold
diss on there?
statement.
My-
Whoa.
my-
Wait, his number 4 is way better than your number
My
1.
number 6 is better than
Oh,
your
number
one.
6. Okay.
All right, Lara Croft was outside my
Okay.
top 3.
Yeah, that's
Lara
a great-
Croft,
we
Guardian of
agree.
Light. So I must say, I love Braid. I really, really love Braid. But for an artsy platformer,
Oh, you're gonna see what I'm gonna.
I would put 2 games ahead of it. One is Limbo.
I would agree. Limbo's awesome. That's on my
I like
list.
Limbo a little bit more than Braid, and the other one is outside my top 6 is Misadventures of PB Winterbottom.
Oh yeah,
It's-
that's good.
it's
It gets
more-
really difficult.
It's
though.
really
I
hard.
played a bit of Winterbottom. It's cool. I
Yeah.
love the style.
It's a
Style's
little bit
amazing.
more puzzle than platforming, but it's like
Yeah,
puzzle
yeah.
platformer.
Limbo is brilliant.
Yeah, lovely.
If you haven't bought it yet, you're ridiculous.
So my real top 3, number 3.
Oh right.
God, that we were still
I
outside.
thought
the
we were
top
outside.
three.
Yeah, yeah.
All right.
Everyone's got to cheat. I'm going to cheat.
1 hour later.
Explosion Man.
That's
number
good.
3. I
Yeah.
think it's like second to Mario in terms of a best controlling platformer. Really, really good. And like some of the later levels, they're so well designed. They're like, it's just excellent. You get it just right. You time everything just right, and you just feel great. And I said this before. I feel like smoking a cigarette when I finish the levels. I'm like,
How does it-
That was a good
so-
combo.
I've actually not played Explosion Man, but
It's
I've played
weird.
really,
I've played
really
the
good.
crap
Pile
out
of shame.
Meeple.
Downloadable.
Yeah, I got. You know what?
It's
I
better
think
than-
I
it's
think
better
I
than Super Meat
downloaded
Boy.
it. Whoa.
Yeah.
That's bold as well. I'll have to check it out. I know. You know what? I actually downloaded it like a couple months ago when it was on sale or something. Still haven't
Explosion
fired it
Man?
up. Yeah,
Yeah.
I got to check it out.
It's cute, and just some of the levels just get so hard, but you feel great when you finish it.
Shake and Bake in the chat room mentioned Limbo was too short, and I kind of agree.
Yeah, it is
because it's
too short.
brilliant.
I gotta disagree with that.
Really?
I gotta disagree with that because that
Uh-oh.
game, it doesn't wear out its welcome, right? It's
It
like
doesn't,
you
you're
play
right.
through it and you're like, that's awesome. It's this sort of like 3-4 hour experience.
I think I would like some more puzzles though. Maybe some DLC. It'd be fun to go back into that world. Maybe that's
Sure,
what we're
sure.
feeling. Like, wow, that was really great.
Sure.
And and the ending, the
But
very ending
the
of
fact
Limbo.
that it's, the
so
fact
cool.
that it's so dense, you know what I mean? It's
Yeah.
so dense and paced well. It's like I wouldn't want it to be stretched out and
Right,
lose
right.
that pacing. Like I mean, what you would want is just more of what you got, right?
But it's
like,
also longer than a lot of disc games. Well, not a lot, but some disc games, Like,
sure. That's,
Number 2.
Number 2, Defense Grid.
Oh, that is a
Defense
good
Grid is
game.
amazing.
Yeah.
It's a good
I,
game.
that's
Oh,
my
good.
favorite tower
Good.
defense game.
Well, we're all
Yeah,
agreeing
it's-
with everything, by the way. Just so you know, we're like,
There's
that is
just-
awesome.
There's tons of good stuff in the download.
It's a
space,
really,
man.
really
It's
good.
awesome.
You can also get it on Steam. Really great tower defense game.
Western something's the company. Western, I think they go.
Hidden Path.
Yeah,
Hidden
Hidden
Path.
Path. Yeah.
Western Path, Hidden
Western
Path.
Path. Yeah, Western. It's hidden in the West.
So,
Path.
so I
Number
guess
1.
I'm the one that's going to represent PSN because I mentioned Super Stardust. Number 1, Pixel Junk Monsters.
Pixel Junk. Oh, okay, Monsters.
Pixel Junk
Okay.
Monsters specifically.
I have not played that either.
Another
Whoa.
fantastic tower
You have a
defense
new
And that's
downloadable pile of shame.
I do. Yeah.
Play
I have-
that with
I
your
have a
next time
massive
your brother's in
pile
town.
of
Play. It's a great co-op game.
Oh, it's
but
local co-op. I did
local
not know
co-op,
that.
not online
Awesome.
co-op.
It's good PSP too.
Yeah, it's
fun
really good on PSP. It's slightly better on PSP, but if you want the big screen experience, same local co-op.
Yeah.
It's fantastic, and I'm just like dying and dying for them to make a sequel.
And that's
Like,
similar. That's
I
similar
know,
to
that'd
Trench
be
in
cool.
that you have like it's like an action-y tower defense, kind of, right?
Not really. Like you
You do
never,
have a guy that you're running.
Yeah,
into.
he doesn't
but
like
you
shoot
never
or
get
anything.
around involved in shoot. You're just building and upgrading
Okay.
towers and buying towers.
But that
But
would
it's
be
just you
pretty
having an avatar
awesome.
That's like
Yeah.
that you're running
All of a sudden,
around.
you get an upgrade, and he's got like this huge like turret gun or something like some like mad machine gun. That'd be pretty badass.
Dude, it's-
Wait,
Little
she's
monster,
just
the
gonna-
monster, all of a sudden
she's
just had
just
like
gonna
a
poo-poo
gun,
it.
like a trenched.
Just poo-poo it. Just
You don't
poo-poo
like it? Poo-poo
Straight
it.
up. Yep.
Wait, is this your idea? Or are you
No,
saying-
I was just saying that'd be cool if the little guy had a
no,
gun.
I thought you said this was in the game. I'm like, I think you're.
She was
thinking
like,
about-
"I'm checking my facts." Nope,
No-
it's
no
not in
machine
there.
guns.
There's no machine guns.
There are
machine
arrows and cannons. But
Oh
no
my
machine
goodness!
guns.
All right, that's gonna do it for our top million. By the way, we just picked the top million downloads. But that here's the thing: it's a great time to download for downloadable games and for indie games. So go and mainly they're on XBLA, but PSN has some. PlayStation make trial demos. Jeez.
And then no one's mentioned any WiiWare games.
Oh, I'll mention Cave Story.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Brilliant.
Cave Story's
WiiWare.
good.
There you go. And Lost Winds. Someone mentioned in the chat
Lost
room.
wins. I don't know.
It's
what
where you
that
move
is.
the thing, the wind. No? The controller with the wind?
That's-
Yeah.
Let's do a break. Hey, we're going to do a segment real quick. We were at this, we were in Russia recently, me and you.
Officially, we're
Officially in Russia. We had the Russian consulate here in San Francisco for an event for 1C developer. And let's take a look at what happened.
Hey, Melanie here with Press Pause, and this is a pretty fancy place I'm in. It is the Russian consulate. Isn't that kind of weird? And we're here to look at video games and eat cupcakes and I think food and booze, so let's go check it out. So I got my swag, got my cupcakes, got my Carlos. Where's Carlos? There's
She eats a lot. You were always at the
They had some really good Russian food, and I had a couple of white Russians that makes food taste better. Video games more fun, and
There was some cool video. You played an off-road game and you did really good at it.
I did really
Better than me.
well.
Really good at it. I had some drinks too. Anyways,
Sounds like it.
that's it from the Russian consulate, Russian soil. Have a good night.
I was like,
Hey, everybody, welcome back. And that's what happened in Russia, where we ate a lot of food.
Crazy night.
Crazy nights. I don't know. But the food was amazing. Oh my gosh. Pierogies, cupcakes.
They had all these crazy, like, 8-foot tall blondes wearing Kill Bill
Kill Bill.
suits.
You saw them in the thing. We were
Oh,
asking
yeah.
the questions. We watched the segment just now.
We just watched it. I
Yeah.
forgot.
Yeah, there
Classy,
were
it's
the,
classy.
as you remember from the video, there were some Kill Bill type girls, and they were pretty funny. I asked them some questions, as you saw. And also, the chat room mentioned World of Goo. We forgot to mention that's a great
World of Goo is
download
awesome.
game.
I played
But
that on PC,
isn't.
though.
Yeah, me too.
That's PC. That's Steam.
And also on Wii.
It's
I
on
think
Wii.
they did
Okay.
port it. They ported it everywhere too.
But no one, I bet you
Mountain
no
was
one played it
awesome.
on Wii. No one downloaded on Wii. I bet.
Well, it came out way after the PC version.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
I played it on
Some
Steam.
people played it on Wii.
I'm sure some people.
Let's not discriminate.
Let's not discriminate.
If you played it on
I'm
Wii,
sure no
fine.
one in the world
You're
played it on a Wii.
Your experience is valid, guys. Playing
Let's-
World of Goo on the Wii, it's okay.
Let's talk about how if you miss a show live, you're a terrible person. Okay? So don't
I
do
hate
that.
those people.
I don't
Hopefully
like them at
everyone's
all.
watching.
So come back next Tuesday at 12 p.m. Pacific at justin.tv/presspause and watch the show live, because then you can talk with us before and after the show, or sometimes during, as you see.
So we're still weekly for now.
We're going to do weekly, I think, till next week, and then we might go bi-monthly. Is that what?
Bi-weekly.
Bi-monthly. I think that's every other month.
Oh, right. So bi-weekly.
It could also, you know what? I think it can go either way. No, I'm serious.
I just totally added a drum fill there. The rim shot just
That's hilarious.
happened.
That's
Yeah.
my kind of humor. That was unintentional.
Wow.
But I'm pretty sure.
I think you
bi-weekly
planned it, actually. I
should
saw
be
some
either
notes.
2 weeks or.
You're like,
Yeah,
I'm going
I
to
had-
say that later.
I have that written down.
Also, we are at presspause.mevio.com, where the edited show is, so all the fancy graphics and bells and whistles. And also our Twitter. You're on Twitter, right?
Yeah, I'm on Twitter.
You are at what?
Mr. Mooear. MRMOOEAR.
Inventive.
Look at that. It's up on the.
Whoa,
up
it's on the
screen.
internet.
Look at that.
It's the TV right
It's like
there.
right down there. Huh? All right.
Good job. You can point.
Yeah.
2 points. And Brad Shoe.
Bread shoe.
Brad Shoe.
Bread shoe.
I just mixed
We,
you guys
we, have
together.
we have something to
I
announce.
know.
Yeah.
Weird. Oh, this is
this
the,
is
the
not
show
weird.
that
Is this
happened.
weirding you out?
Yeah, it's
We,
making
we
me
always
feel
watch
uncomfortable.
football like this together.
Going both ways. I get it now.
Yeah,
oh, it all comes
bi-monthly.
around.
Bye, Bradley.
Bye, Bradley. This show is going off the rails. I'm Onawa, O-N-A-W-A. And what else do we want to say, Scott Jones? Anything?
My Twitter.
Oh, Scott Jones' Twitter, which I put his right there.
thanks.
Yours is already there. And that's it. Let's
Nice.
see you guys later.
Nice. Thanks for having me.
What?
Woo!
Oh, YouTube. We're on YouTube. Thanks, Brad.
Yeah.
Oh, I gotta say game over. Hold on. I just announced it.
You just said it.
How should I
you
do
can
it?
cut it off right there. That was great.
I'm gonna have Brad do it
That would
because
be
you're
great.
so animated today. Brad's gonna
What-
do game over.
Sorry,
Close shots.
that's all I
That's
say.
a sign
Hey,
off.
close on Brad. Just ready and go.
This is it?
You just say game over however you want to say it.
Game over.
Say that again. What was the last game you played?
Mario Kart.
Oh, that's a great game. Bro, what system?
I think it was. This is really bad, but the Cube.
GameCube.
GameCube.
Yeah.
I
That's
love
a
the
good
GameCube.
one. That's a good version. Yeah. What's the last video game you played?
The last video game I played was Call of Duty, but I played the Zombies part and kicked some serious butt.
Nice. That is a good answer. You get 1 gold coin. I don't
gold
know.
coin?
I just made that up.